A monster movie come to life. That is the best way to describe Evolve, a game that captures the intensity, the insanity, and the excitement of a huge scale monster clash better than any attempt before it. What is going on, guys and girls? I am Ghost Robo, and today we're talking all about Evolve, the new next-gen project from Turtle Rock Studios, the fine folks who previously brought you Left 4 Dead. I had the opportunity to play and see a ton of this game this past week at E3, and let me tell you straight up, I love it. I think the tweaks and innovations they are making here are both brilliant and unique, and in an era of sequels and rehashes, it is so refreshing to play something that feels new. If you don't know already, the quick elevator pitch is basically 4 human-controlled hunters are dropped into a large map full of wildlife, chasing after a human-controlled monster whose goal is to level up, crush the humans, or accomplish another side task. Now, this may sound kind of familiar to Left 4 Dead on the surface, but let me tell you, there is a huge fundamental difference between these two games. I adore Left 4 Dead, but that game is mostly about survival. It's mostly about escape, it's about enduring the level, enduring the enemies, and getting through to the other side. Evolve is not like that. Evolve is all about the confrontation. Evolve is all about the battle. In fact, the chopper in Evolve brings you straight back to the island. It doesn't take you away. There is no escape except going through that monster. And right there, that is the fundamental difference that separates Evolve from almost any of its competition, almost any of its possible comparisons. Here, your goal is to work with your teammates, utilize your class-specific skills, and find a way to hunt this humongous beast and hope to God you can take it down. And this is where that real sense of movie magic comes in. Because this is a next-gen only game, the monster is massive and so is the map. You've got wildlife all over the place. I'm talking caves and grass and other creatures and little tiny monsters and big bog creatures, things that could easily kill you if you are not careful. And you're lurking around, you're trying to spot this monster who's also lurking around. He's trying to avoid you. He wants to evolve, hence the name of the game. He's got to eat stuff. He's got to gain strength. He's got to level up his abilities, and he wants to clash with you probably a little later down the line, but you're trying to find him, and eventually you will meet up, and it will create some of the most intense and epic video game battles I have ever experienced in my life. There is nothing quite like seeing a gigantic floating kraken coming at you from the distance in the near pitch black darkness, and you've got your 3 teammates, and you're just hoping you're prepared enough. You're hoping you're ready enough to fight this thing off. Maybe you've laid down some turrets. Maybe you've got harpoon traps waiting for his freaking feet. Maybe you've got your sniper sitting in the back. The medic is cloaked and ready to go. But you've got to be prepared, and you have to have a plan. And I think that's what I love about this game as well, is that it really forces you to play your roles. I'm typically not someone who enjoys class-based gameplay. I don't really like it in shooters. I hate the feeling of, oh, I'm just the medic. I'm just helping revive people. I'm not really contributing. But here, because it's so vital for everyone to do their job. That's what I'm saying. It's like a movie because every person playing has a role to fill, almost like an actor chasing after Godzilla or chasing after some gigantic, unstoppable force. The medic must be responsible for keeping the team healthy. Not just because they want to pick you up so you can go get more kills, but because if the medic doesn't pick you up, then your team is doomed. So when I played the medic, and I thought it would be kind of just boring, maybe a very static affair. No, it's an incredibly involved affair. First off, they've allowed the medic to be very offensive as well. It has a sniper rifle that you can target and create weak points, but that ability to revive, that ability to heal is so crucial to your team's success, like it can't happen any other way. And the same can be said for the other roles. There's support, there's assault, there's trapper. The trapper can drop this humongous dome that encapsulates the monster and allows you to go to town on him maybe when he's not ready. And without that trapper goes down, that dome goes down, the monster gets away, and all of a sudden, your team is shorthanded severely. It's almost like a 3-legged race. In this case, it'd be a 4-legged race, but you need all 4 of those legs to be running along in stride. Otherwise, it pretty much can't happen. The monster will pick you apart, the monster will pull you in different directions, and slowly but surely crush your team. I love the fact that everyone has a significant responsibility and that they all contribute to one end goal. I'm not picking guys up so that they can go get kills and elevate their KDR and build their stats. I'm picking them up so our team can continue on our quest and get the heck out of here. Again, there's no escape, there's no alternative for the human hunters except to take this monster down. Now, the monster can level up. In the map we played, he had the opportunity to destroy this generator, which creates sort of a time-restricted clash and confrontation as well. You can't just hide. You can't be a hunter and just bide your time and, wait for the monster to appear. At a certain point, you're going to have to go get him. And that chase is very visceral. You're constantly, using these jetpacks that you have to climb cliffs and drop down into coves. And it really feels very... I think movie-like is just truly the best word. It has that movie magic. It has that summer blockbuster feel that you don't typically get in first-person shooters, especially in an era when everything is so on rails. We're used to playing games like Call of Duty where it's a shooting gallery. Even something like Left 4 Dead is incredibly pathed. And you can see how this is totally an evolution of what they created there. They had this AI director that would kind of feel out what you were doing and try to basically one-up you, try to anticipate what your team was going to do. But what's better than an AI director? Well, a real human-controlled monster. It adds such a variable when you have a sporadic and potentially crazy human monster dropped into the map with you. He can do whatever he wants. He could hide right by the drop zone and attack you from the get-go and really throw your team off kilter, or he could wait and level up. He could hide. He could try to get to that generator. There's a lot of options, and I feel like it creates such a real intensity by knowing that you are facing off against a real player. There is so much more fear there, I feel like, because you know that it's controlled by an actual person. Like, you're battling them as if this is some sport match, right? It's not just, we've got to go take the tank down, and I know his routine, I know what he's going to do. Remember, the monster has different abilities. They can level up in very specific ways or very different ways, and you might come against a monster that doesn't even do the same things that another did. There's also 3 monsters in this game, a 4th coming in DLC. So far we've seen the Kraken, who I played against at E3, he's sort of a hovering Cthulhu moose-type creature. There's the Goliath, which basically reminds me of Godzilla. He breathes fire and throws boulders. And then there's 2 more monsters to be revealed. The maps are dark. They're very dense as well. The one we played on had a lot of caves. It had very scary wildlife, bog creatures, a humongous like Venus flytrap that would suck you up out of nowhere. So you've got to constantly be on your toes. You're always like, it's like Jurassic Park, except if the Tyrannosaurus Rexes were all dropped in at the same time and everybody had to get these things and there was no other option. So it's dark, you've got your flashlights, and every corner seems to hold the potential for either huge success or imminent disaster. And I love that. I love that there's an adrenaline rush almost throughout this game. Like, you're playing and you're like, holy crap, it's almost anxiety inducing, but it's like a good thing because you know your goal. And it's not like jump scares or anything like that. There's just an extreme focus when you're trying to hunt after this monster. You know the potential for his damage. And a good ebb and flow, right? Like, so your intensity is always at a certain level. Your focus is at a certain level, but it definitely roller coasters through. Okay, we've got this quiet period. We're tracking the monster. We're hunting him. Oh crap, he alerted some birds. We got to get over that way. And then a few minutes later, it's full-on clash. Everybody's yelling at each other. You've got headsets, and you're just really working together. I will say that the one weakness I see this game having is it has an absolute requirement, an absolute necessity to be playing with people you know, friends, communicating. If you buy this game and play by yourself as a hunter, I have no clue how you'll be successful. If you're a medic and you're trying to chase down your team and you can't talk to them and let them know to stop or turn around or move this way, man, that would probably be frustrating. So I don't know how a individual lone wolf picking this game up will really fare. They could play the monster and probably do really well, but in terms of playing the hunter, it really does not invite that kind of solo mentality. But perhaps that's just the era we've entered. Solo isn't really as big of a deal anymore. We see games like Titanfall taking the multiplayer-only route. We see games really emphasizing the use of the cloud, the use of just this community. Destiny, focusing on community strike missions and really having an MMO-type feel. Evolve being a multiplayer-only game. Of course, it kind of makes sense that you require some friends and some multiple people to make this thing work. But I feel like those moments are so memorable. The things that you could create with your friends and Evolve, whether you win or lose, like the stories are just They're movie quality stories. And actually, I'll give you guys a cool example in a minute here, but Evolve is great mechanically. It is great fundamentally. It plays great. The moment-to-moment gunplay, the integration of the skills all feels top-notch AAA and just beautiful in your hands. But what really sets Evolve apart is that it is fresh. It's fresh and it's fun. I mean, how many sequels did you see at E3? How many games that seem to retread familiar formulas did you see at E3? Here we have something that introduces a new style, and I love it. It's one of those things where as soon as you put the controller down, you're ready for the next round. You want another crack at one of these huge beasts. I'm telling you guys, the first time you come against one of these monsters, you're going to be like, oh my god, because it is so visceral, it is so big, it is so intense. It will probably be the most epic enemy you've ever faced off against, and I just can't wait to play more. So before we close out, let me give you guys a little scenario. I was playing in this tournament at E3. It was the final round. It was going back and forth. We're clashing with the monster. We're just... Our team is in dire straits, though. Half of us are wiped out. I'm the medic. I get knocked out of the air and instantly killed by the monster. Before I did, though, I revived Daisy, our helper pet. She goes and sniffs out the monster. A little dino maybe revives you if she has a chance. So the monster has to kill Daisy in order to get the complete win. Our support is down on the ground, bleeding out with a pistol. I'll let the clip tell you how things finished off. It was so freaking insane. But guys and girls, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hit that like button if you did. If you're excited for Evolve, let me know what you think in the comments below. There's a lot more to talk about. I mean, there's 3 different characters per class, bunch of monsters, maps, but we'll get to that as we approach release. Until next time, enjoy this clip, drink some hot, have a fantastic day, and we will see you all later.
Jay Party, 3/4 of the team on 2 strikes, support on 1 strike. This could go either way right now. Monster in good shape, but that armor coming down. Down goes the dome. Focusing fire on Assault, but a fire coming right back in his face. He's getting cooked here. He's backing up, and he's going to have to try a new strategy.
Yeah, that Assault just did too much to him there. A terrible engage. Oh, huge lightning strike almost kills them. At a sliver of health. That was almost a 2-for-1 shot there. You see the medic with that burst heal. So important. He's going in. He wants this to be the final fight, and this is going to be big here.
Aftershock. Assault goes down. Assault is dead.
Oh, misses the Trapper, though.
Oh, down goes Trapper. That's 2 left.
Medic going for Daisy here. I don't know about this idea. The team is dying up top. They need his support. Gets the revive on Daisy. I don't know. Too many strikes, though, ahead. They're not going to have opportunities to get revives. Medic is down. A blind lightning strike. Nails him right in the face there. Rough for the Hunters.
There's some nice sentry guns laid out by the support. He is all that's left. This is going to be a fight to the death here. Monster down to a bar of health. Nice vortex on support. Support has 1 strike against him already. Oh, big strike. He's getting backed into the corner, and he goes down.
Oh, so big, and I think this is it. Unless Daisy can get in there and get the revive. Daisy is up. He kills the monster. Oh my God.
Wow. Wow.
Couldn't take down the support fast enough, and Daisy is the final standing team member for the win. I can't believe we just saw that. Absolutely brutal for this monster. So well played by him, but just not enough steam at the end.
Jay Party, we couldn't have planned this any better. We couldn't have planned this any better.